Although this metagame revolves around fragile combos or only playing a few cards within a game, meaning Gambit is a very well-positioned card right now, having a lot of play into a lot of decks. As the best Gambit deck in the game, traditional discard by proxy becomes one of the better positioned decks into the game. For example, Gambit is able to hit activate combos, hitting a Jocasta or hitting an Omega Sentinel can effectively turn off the combo, getting a ton of value. Against War Machine Ramp, it just doesn't play enough cards. Gambit can often hit an Infinite, hit a Galactus for a Steps, hit even a Blink. Gambit's playing for somewhere between like a 310 to like a 323, making him an incredible card into those matchups. However, he does struggle more into like these tech decks, like I said before. Deafening Chord can be a very big problem to this deck because it hits a Morbius, it hits a Colonel America, that's a lot of points. Red Guardian can be a problem. Yet again, hitting a Morbius is really bad. Even worse is hitting a Dracula. You essentially don't have a lot of answers into the tech decks, but you're able to police basically all the other decks that are either playing a few cards or have these more fragile combos, meaning that traditional discard just becomes a very strong deck with very pronounced weaknesses and very pronounced strengths. But this deck, more or less, is also just very popular because it puts up a lot of points and it attacks the game in many ways. Yes, Story does hurt it with a Conchu, but it doesn't kill the entire deck because you can still do your APOC lines, your Dracula lines, your Weapon H lines. Yes, Red Guardian and Deafening Chord can hurt this, but there's still other lines you can do. You can still do your Weapon H lines, you can still do your Conchu lines, and kind of start out a win. Since it attacks the game in so many angles, this deck ends up being a pretty durable combo deck that has some good interaction with Gambit into a lot of the more popular decks inside this metagame, making Discard one of the top 5 best decks to play in this metagame.